So Hope says, it sounds like your interest in wrestling grew and became a reality during and shortly after your incarceration. Do you believe that you would have entered pro wrestling if you hadn't been incarcerated? And if not, what do you think you'd be doing now?
Time. That's exactly what I'd be doing. Time. Because I would be dead or in prison for trying to get rich. And that is a painfully honest truth. I like nice things, so it's I'm lucky to be talented in areas other than robbery or drug dealing. Um, Brief version, I've told this before, but I grew up a fan of wrestling in South Florida. Used to watch Gordon Solie, Florida Championship Wrestling. And my mom used to take me to the Miami Beach Convention Center when I was in first grade. Uh, so I always grew up as a fan. I never had T-shirts and action figures. I wasn't, that kind of a fan, but I always enjoyed wrestling. And when I got locked up and was sent away to prison, I didn't watch wrestling for many years. Just a few things I remember: Ron Simmons capturing the title and reading about it and seeing a clip on the news. And I remember Ron Simmons. I always liked Ron Simmons. I was like, oh shit, Ron Simmons is the champ. Damn, okay. Like, damn, good for wrestling, man. And then when I was at a DeSoto work camp, we were able to watch the WWF limited show that would come on like Sunday afternoon, and we could see like half of it, and it would be count time.
Okay.
So I got a chance to see the highlight of Lex Luger slamming Yokozuna, the Lex Express. I remember being weirdly captivated by Atom Bomb. I remember thinking the Undertaker was one of the coolest things I had seen. This dude that walked super slow and looked like Solomon Grundy. And then boom, no wrestling until I got to Opalocka Work Release Center. And one night I was listening to talk radio, as I did often, and there was a talk radio show. I don't remember, Wrestle Talk America or something. And everybody kept calling in talking about ECW. When will it be on TV in my area? Everyone's, is the buzz. And they had Taz as their special guest. I didn't know who Taz was. I didn't know what a Taz was. But by the time I was done with that interview, I was a fan of Taz. It was a dude from New York, slick talking, slick rapping, like a classic heel, but cool in how he did it. I'm like, I don't know who Taz is, but I want to see this dude.
Yeah.
And then ECW finally was being shown in our area on, I think at that point it was TNN. And I used to go to Alcoholics Anonymous, AA, so that I could get out of the work release center and go to AA, eat some cookies, drink some coffee. I used to deviate, which is against the rules. If you're a work release and you deviate, they will send you back to prison. I used to deviate across the street to get some Chinese food and deviate my ass back to AA. If you get caught, that was dumb. I shouldn't have done that. But that Chinese food sure was good, sitting in the back of AA. And I've never been an alcoholic. I have abused alcohol. I enjoy drinking alcohol, speaking of which.
Thanks, Hope.
How good is that, man?
Yeah.
How good is that?
Yeah.
Is that tasty?
Yeah.
Those notes of caramel and hints of spice. It's delicious, man. But I went to AA. I respected everything there, but I wasn't an alcoholic. I went because, in Florida at that time, if you went to AA, you also got 2 days off your game time. Your time off of behavior. Going to AA or some drug program was worth 2 days. I was killing 3 birds with 1 stone. Going to get some Chinese food, getting out the work release center on Saturday night, and getting 2 days of game time. And the key was, when we came back from AA, the Opalocka Work Release Center would be in count, where everybody has to be in their room while they're being counted. So anybody being introduced new into the facility gets put in a holding area, so now they can conduct the count. Well, the holding area for us was the day room, the TV room. And I've told the story in Florida at the time. There was a rule that if a program was in progress, you couldn't vote to change the channel. So when these cats came out, we was watching wrestling. Some of these cats was like, "No, nigga, we don't want to watch that bullshit." That's what we watching tonight.